Hello everyone, the Klaus here, and today guys I'm going to review Mega Bloks Dragons Universe set released in 2011 as part of the second wave called Rise of the Predators, and it's going to be the Ultimate Battle set. So in fact I have already reviewed this set yesterday, but I have just reviewed one part of the set. Remember, I reviewed the two Primal Dragons, and today I'm going to review the two Speeders and their pilots. So here we go. So first, the figures. So let's begin with the Alliance figure. So it's your traditional Alliance figure with Dragon Rider's head from the first wave of this year, because the Dragon Rider's heads have changed between the first and the second wave of this year, as you can see. So well, in terms of color scheme, it's silver and blue, and even if its color scheme was already used before, this is the first time that these colors are used at this place. So for example, this means that this figure is unique because it's used exclusively blue, for example, on the shoulder pads and on the hands, and also on the head, yes, and on the arms, right there. So apart from that, nothing really to talk about. It's your usual Alliance figure with the rank insignia printed on this shoulder pad and the Alliance logo on the other one. The body is full of details and it's really well made. In terms of articulations, well, you have one ball joint for the shoulder pad. This means you can move a little on the side, and also, well, up and down, as you can see, 360. Then you have the 360 degrees, excuse me. Then you have the shoulder, excuse me, no, the elbow, yes, excuse me. The elbow, which can be moved a little less than 90 degrees. The arms can turn freely. The head can be moved up, not only down a little, and also on the side, but not that much, because you have really to try to make the head follow the shape, as you can see, of the armor, and if you push, well, too much, it will fall off. So you can't really move this thing on the side, just a little. Then you have the pelvis, which can be turned freely, which is quite cool. And the legs are also mounted on ball joints, so this means they can be moved on the side and also on the rear, well, on the back and on the front. Plus, the knee can be turned a little less than 90 degrees. And also you have to notice the hole on the back, which is quite useful to link the shield and the weapon. And that's cool because this figure comes with a shield, comes with a shield, as you can see. So it's your traditional Alliance shield in transparent blue, and a weapon, and this time it's one of the new mods from this wave. So quite special, but I like the design of this weapon. I think quite cool. With an handle, and also, as you can see, a pin right there. Well, a pin, more like, yes, a little hole if you want to link some other things. And of course it features the Alliance new type of laser. So quite cool and quite unique. So now let's move on to the Predator figures. So the new Predators figures, of course, features tons of new parts. Well, only new parts except for the arms, which are the same as the Alliance one. So if you haven't seen Predators figures, well, here it is. As you can see, it is once again full of details, maybe even more detailed than the Alliance figures. So really cool. This time the Predators logo is on the front, and the rank insignia is on this shoulder pad, as you can see, quite cool. And the head is also this type of mold in red and in black. And once again, this color scheme, dark gray, black, and red, was already used on the other Predators figures, but this time, the shoulder pads, the arms, and the head are in red. And so this means that this figure is a little unique, even if it used some parts from other soldiers. Still pretty cool. And once again, it comes with a shield, which is a new one, and it was only included into three sets. Three sets, excuse me, guys. And the weapon, once again, a new mod, but well, there you go. And as for the articulations, well, it's the same as the Alliance guy, except the fact that the knees and elbows are even more limited than the Alliance figures. This means it's really less than 90 degrees, as you can see. And well, the same can be said for the legs. It's already a little, it's not really that good, but still, it's a pretty well detailed figure, and it still got some nice articulation overall. And that's all. So let's begin to review the speeders now. And first, the Zircon Blitzer, so from the Alliance. So like the individual speeders, the Azure Striker and the Bloodstone Rider, we're going to have the same type of frame, the S frame, well, even if here it's a reversed S, but still. The S frame, as you can see, is the two type of clips directly molded into the parts. So we're going to link this part on the back, which will be used as a stand, if you want to know why. Then on the front, we're going to use this part with studs on the top and on the bottom of the part. It's quite useful, once again. And we're going to link this part here. Then I'm going to link this part on the back, so you can see some parts with clips, inverted slope bricks, and this nice thin part, which, as you can see, is kind of like attached to this blue part. And I really like this design, personally. I really find it quite interesting. We're going to link this part right there. Then we're going to link the seat, which is molded on a 2x4 plate. As you can see, we're going to link this part like that. And then we're going to link the front part, so it's the head from the Azure Striker, but in a new color. Also, in terms of color, the color scheme of this vehicle is, well, white, blue, silver, orange, and dark gray. So that's really tons of colors, and also translate blue for the weapons. As you can see, some handles right there. And now we're going to link the wings. So, well, these wings, you can see, are a little complex. They use many parts, like this ones to attach the wing to the rest of the vehicle. You also see this part right there, some little antennas which are used as details, and then transparent blue parts which are quite useful. And even more useful is this part right there, which is this part right here, excuse me, which will be useful to link the weapon. So I'm going to use this part right here. Do that a second time, like that. Going to use this little wings parts. They will be linked like that. Here we go. I'm going to, yes, move this thing like that. Finally, I'm going to put some guns now. So this type of weapons with two lasers. They will be linked on this clip right here. Here we go. And finally, the last laser and weapon, which is directly the lasers that you can find on the Primal Dragons, for example. There you go. And it will be linked right here. And it will also be used as a stand, because right there, it will be used also as a stand. And here you go, you have the vehicle finished. So I'm going to do a little first turnaround of the shape, then I'm going to do a little comparison size, and then we'll move on to the second speeder, the Onyx Breaker from the Predator's side. So here's the comparison size if you want. And now we just have to put the gun right here, which is quite useful, like I mentioned earlier. Move the head up, turn the hands like that. Link the hands to the handle. Here you go. And it's done. So that's all, and of course I'm going to do a little sum up about this set later on in the review. So here it's finished. And now it's time to talk about the Onyx Breaker set. So it's going to use the same type of frame as you can see, but this time I've already put some parts on the front, as you can see. So it says parts with handles, with clips, I can say so. And also you can see we have some transparent part which will be used as a stand, and also to give an hovering effect to the vehicle. Also notice this part, which will once again be useful to link the weapon. You can also notice the part on the front, so there's slopes with studs, which will be useful to link the head, and also there's handles. In terms of color scheme, we have silver, red, black, dark gray, and blue, more like a purplish blue, if you want my opinion. Then we have this part on the back. So we have some bricks and also these plates, which are quite useful because you can see they have studs on top and also on the sides. And so this will be useful to link some more fins, because as you can see we have already put a red fin on the top, and we're going to put two other fins, this time in blue, on the sides. Also notice that even if we have some studs on the back, thanks to this L-shaped part, we will put nothing here. So it's quite a little, well, I think they could have put some type of jet reactor, stuff like that, to add some more details. Then we have the seat, this time in black. It will be linked like that. And now it's going to be quite easy, because we just have to put these wings, so you can see while we have the parts to attach them to the ship itself. We have the gun right there with one laser, and we have our transparent white parts. And this part will be linked right here, like that. Second one. And then I'm going to put some other type of wings, this time this ones, and once again some lasers, or some weapons with just one lasers. It will be linked here. We'll have a nice X shape, and finally the head, which of course is the one taken from the Onyx Breaker set, but this time we colored in dark gray and in red. We're going to put the head on this slope with bricks, well, slope, yes, with studs bricks, and we are done. So once again, a little turnaround, and then we'll move on to a composition size first. If you want to stand still also. Oh, come on. There we go. Now we put the gun like that, and finally we move once again the head up, turn the hands, and now he is ready to fight off, well, to fight some Alliance soldiers and dragons. Like that, just have to put the wing here, in this position, and here we go. So, I'm going to do a little turn around with the figure now. And now it's time to put the two side by side and do a little sum up about these two speeders first. So, well, the first thing is the color scheme. So personally, well, the color scheme is maybe one of my only drawback for these speeders, because, well, on the Alliance one, it's really all over the place, because we have white, blue, orange, silver, and then you also have some dark gray colors which is used on the wings. So of course, this colors was already used on the on this part right there, but still it kind of well, comes from nowhere for me personally, because I think they could have used, for example, some white or blue or silver or orange. I mean, they have already used 4 colors first, and they used a 5th one for the wings, so maybe it looked bad with the first 4 colors, but still I found it a little drawback in my opinion. Also, you have the orange, which really which really has a flashy look to it, really a plastic look, so it's not maybe the best color ever for this for the orange. They might have choose something a little less bright, in my opinion. So, well, the color scheme is okay, and your eyes kind of get used to it with time, because, for example, I got first this set 2 weeks ago, and now, of course, for me, it looks a little better, but I think you will be a little, you will have some mixed opinion about this color scheme, which, in my opinion, use way too many colors, and, well, mostly the dark gray, in my opinion. Because even the orange is used on some other parts, so it looks okay, but the dark gray kind of looks out of place, even if it's a color that can be used kind of everywhere. But this time it just looks a little weird, in my opinion. But apart from that, I really like this set for its different aspect. I like the 3 guns on the top. I really like this triangular shape of the 3 guns on the front. It really looks good. I like the head. I like this part here with the fin which touch the blue part. I really found it interesting, and the wings quite got a nice design. Once again, the long aspect of the ship might not please everyone, but I think it really looks quite good in my opinion. And so, see, apart the colors, I think the Zergon Blitzer is a good speeder with more parts than usual. So, well, quite cool in my opinion. And then you have the onyx breaker. So this time the color scheme might also seem a little all over the place because you have red, silver, purplish blue, and well, black and stuff like that. But this time I think it looks a little better in my opinion, because well, the dark gray is close to the black hues right there, and the blue doesn't really look that much out of place. So sure, I think people might still complain about this color scheme, but I found it a little more interesting and looking better than the one used on the Zircon Blitzer. But once again, that's just my opinion. So yes, nice color scheme for me at least. And well, even if it seems that this set use less parts, it's maybe because, well, this time all the weapons and stuff like that are put on the front of the ship and not on the back, which is the case right there. Also, you have to notice that this one got like 4 guns, so it's still a good thing if you like guns. I like the 3 fin on the back personally. I think it looks quite good, and the X shape of the weapons looks also very nice. So the Onyx Breaker is once again a good set, even if you might think it kind of lacks some parts. And well, if you want some general opinions about the two sets together, well, in terms of colors or in terms of parts selection, it's really good because you have many weak colors and many parts which can be useful. For example, all the gun parts can only be useful, the wings one also. So yes, seriously, many good parts. The construction itself is okay, nothing really impressive. There is not that much of well, building techniques for expert builder, but still it's quite good. It's quite interesting to build, even if it's not amazing. And then you have the articulation, and it's mostly the fact that the wings or the guns can be turned on one rotation point. So there is really no articulations or gimmicks in this set, but still you can move the guns the way you want or the wings the way you want, and it can be quite interesting once again. So overall, 2 great sets, and now it's time to do a little general sum up, and then I will just quickly build the 2 alternative models for those who want to see what they look like. There you go. So for me, this Ultimate Battle set is really a good set because well, it features both the Alliance and the Predators in the same set, and also it features them with equal firepower, if I can say, because well, you got 1 speeder and 1 dragon on the Predator side, and you also got 1 speeder and 1 dragon on the Alliance side. And for me, it's really good in terms of playability because the kid can really have fun with the 2 sides fighting them, well, each of them fighting each other. So in terms of concept, in terms of ID, it's really a good set and really a nice idea for the playability for the kids. They can really have fun with this set because it features both the armies with equal firepower, 2 speeders, 2 primal dragons, so it's really a good set. But then if you look a little more in terms of details, well, it's not excellent or perfect because, like I said, the speeders have some problems, like for example the color scheme and also sometimes the design, which might seem a little empty. And then you have the dragon, which also looks a little nice, but have some problems in terms of color scheme for the red one, for example, and also sometimes the design might not please everyone. But apart from that, it's really a good set. Overall, great playability, tons of fun. Really, you can make some little battles and at a cheap price because this set just cost $20 or euros, and I think it's really a decent price for its content. For well, 2 speeders with more parts than the individual speeders, and 2 primal dragons with transparent wings, which is really unique to this set. So seriously, it's a great set. Maybe not perfect on some aspects, but still really a nice one and really a good, well, a good gift for Christmas if you like the Dragon's Universe or if you just like some sci-fi construction blocks scene. And that said, I'm not going to build the 2 alternative models, which like at the individual speeders are really some turrets. So it's really simple to build. So it's really easy. You first have to put, well, lasers from this thing, and also there's 2 parts with studs on the top and on the bottom. So yes, we also have to take the transparent blue parts and also the orange wings. we of course also have to put the soldiers. Then we move this thing like that. For the polyver side, we just have to put this part like that, and the transparent web parts. And of course, our soldier, like that. And also some lasers. So it's very simple. In fact, you just have to put the brick between these two, gun. Then you put this orange part on this clip. And then you put the blue parts on this stud. And that's done. So, well, it can stand by itself if I'm correct, but you really have to put it in the right angle if I'm correct. So, well, it might take some time, but well, here we have a soldier, so I'm going to put his head down, turn his arms once again. Here we go. First turret, and then the second one is exactly the same. We just have to put this part right here. And then we also have to turn the lasers like that and add two other lasers, because as you might remember, the Predator's speeder just got one laser on each of its weapon. And by the way, I really like the shape of the two lasers put side by side. It's really cool. And once again, we have to put this transparent wet parts. And that said, that's all, guys. So now I just put the instruction booklet here. Change the head and the arms position of my Predator's soldier. And here you go. You have the two warriors, or the two soldiers and their turret finished. And it looks like that. So, that's all for this review, guys. Hope you enjoy this review and this set. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask them. And that said, well, have a nice day. Thanks you for watching, and see you later for another video review. Bye-bye!